So the campsite at Great River Campground Power Falls, $600. Let me know when you found the place. We've already headed for home. Camping is definitely not for us, and a pair of boggy sprogs and one grubby hubby were in no mood to hang about. Know what I mean? Don't really know what else to say about it all. Suppose the mug tells its own story, don't it? Well, let's see what kind of story it tells. All right, so let's try out this adaptable nozzle. Widen and narrow the adaptable nozzle. Ooh. So instead of switching heads, we can dynamically do that on the fly. Extension radial menu. The extra long. All right, let's give this a try. So yeah, the stepping stone. Let's widen her up. One stone at a time. All right, cool. Let's continue on then. We'll go ahead and get the easy things out of the way. We'll get the stepping stones first. We'll see if this Urban X1 is up to our challenge. Hello, lantern. I hope you all don't mind that I'm splattering your lantern with extremely high pressure water. I don't know if it would survive or not, but we're done. Yeah, camping was not ever really on my list of things to do. And joined the Army, so to spent my time out in the field, but camping, like, let's go out into the woods. I'm too much of a homebody, too much of a techie. And glamping kind of seems like a shortcut. It defeats the purpose of living, you know, explorer style off the land. If you're going to do something, do it right. Go all out. Because it's not really camping if you're not in a camp. Or, you know, utilizing camping equipment. Know what I mean? All right. Yeah, I like this nozzle. Has good width. And these stepping stones, I imagine, are the easiest thing we're going to do all day. It almost seems like they're kind of, you know, plastic, maybe aftermarket purchased at Home Depot. Like, we need something that's easy to clean, but kind of looks like a rock. We'll take it. Definitely not concrete or anything of that nature, or very smooth polished stone, which is an extreme slip hazard if you think about it, especially with us power washing that. Imagine, as flat as these things are, how slick that would be. And in the wintertime, forget about it. Oh, that guy came straight out of a volcano. Luckily, it's easy to clean. But imagine trying to step on these stones in the winter. You'd be better off staying off of them, I think. All right, so stepping stones done, lantern done. Oh, this looks like it can be fairly easy. Get your axe. All right, is there a volcano nearby? Did Vesuvius... What the gravy is that? Now entering Argon Prime. Is there a volcano nearby that spewed all kinds of ash and soot around? Because I don't think nature would get this naturally dirty without something like that. All right, stump, or chopping block, as it were. Nice. Or do we have our ladder? Do we bring our ladder? We're gonna have to... All right, cool. Go ahead and get the hot tin roof. Can we widen her up? This is as wide as this hose goes. And hose knows where it goes. Let's take off the extension. There we go. Well, it's still a bit crusty, isn't it? We have to lower it just a little bit. I do like that dynamic of having sort of fine-tuned tip. We can get the most out of it without sacrificing. We can get the best of both worlds. We can get width and we can get power, which is, you know, more important than how long it is. And then the hot tin roof will be done here shortly. Should be. I think it's mainly, it would be the underside if I had to make a guess. So we'll get in there right along the edge. Sweet. Tell you, come with a plan, you'll never be disappointed. And we're just at the perfect width to get that wood block. Oh, and we even got the door hinge, which means we'll get that hinge. Yep, I like it. I like it indeed. So this is kind of the thing where we can see at what distance we can stand and still get everything on one pass. Those windows are probably going to be grody. Yeah, there we go. Let's work on a side here. The change in scenery is nice, but it'll make you dizzy. All right. Very cool. We'll see what kind of soap we need for these windows. Is that a broken window? Oh no, there's lumber inside. So it's a firewood shack. Very cool. And speaking of firewood, I've seen Manor Lords is on a new beta branch. And that's one game that I purchased when it was on early access, when it went on sale. And they're like, Manor Lords is available for purchase now. I definitely got it. But I feel like a horse's patoot. I never played it. It's one of those, I guess you kind of have to be in the mood, in the city building mood. And I just really haven't been. But I could definitely be in the mood to hose down some stuff. All right, last side. And then we can work on the hangar back there. It kind of looks like a hangar. Or a treasure chest or the Krusty Krab. Boom. Very cool. All right. So we got stepping stones. We have our fire pit. Oh, there's our equipment. Now see, this is awkward. This is when you kind of want to hold. Oh, and it moves? Are you kidding? Now, does it move really with... Yes, it does. Hey, Exostellaris. Really good game. And I think they just showed off their latest DLC or their latest patch that they're working on over there at the Stellaris. Haven't played that in a hot minute either. Stellaris is one of those games that if you leave for 6 months and come back after a year, they've changed like the basic way the entire game is played, and you're like, whoa, this is not how I remember this at all. All right, so we definitely need to widen up our stance and go there. Now, if we push this thing down, we should get a straight shot. All right. Tell you what. Pick up this ladder, please. I don't like use... Oh, we had a step ladder. But we good. Come on, telescope. Gotcha. Telescope mount is good. Right, cool. We'll just get the little wooden bench and the lantern. This is giving me Mario vibes. Super Mario Brothers. Like a mushroom. And I bet they have something like this in that Super Nintendo world or whatever at Universal Studios, I think it is. I haven't been to a theme park in a hot minute. Actually, haven't been on vacation in a hot minute, to be fair. The last day that I've taken off from work was last February. course, we get the national holidays off. I'm fortunate enough to get the national holidays off, but as far as like taking a week to just go somewhere, I have not done that in a hot minute. Yeah, we're gonna need our step stool. Oh, hello guys, Ulysses. Don't get lost. If you get lost, you're gone, and we're not gonna see you for a hot minute. Okay? Cool. Pick up the stepping stool. Get the grill. Yeah, right on the top. And I've been trying to plan, or thinking about, where I wanted to go, just to like take some time off, and I had a plan. I was going to go with a good friend of mine to the Ava Max concert in Franklin, Tennessee. But she ended up canceling her entire tour. Not just Tennessee, but everywhere. And, yeah, so I had the tickets purchased already. Got the refund. But that was a kick in the nads, because it was like I finally decided that I was going to go do something. Like, I had everything purchased. I had the plan. Got the time off from work requested. Everything was awesome. And then canceled. So I've been trying to think, what can I do that isn't going to be canceled? That under no circumstances can it be called off? And I was actually thinking about, because I've never been to Los Angeles or Anaheim, and I'm a fan of the Ducks now, the Mighty Ducks. So to go see a home game at the, well, it used to be Arrowhead Pond, Honda Center now. That's how old I am. At Arrowhead Pond to see the Ducks play to play at home, that'd be pretty awesome. All right, so we're sitting at the barbecue body. Do we need to open up? All right, so that one still needs some attention. I bet it's on this backside. Yep, I see ya. Can we shoot through there? All right, cool. All right, got it. Move the stepladder, please. All right, so the grill is done. Let's work on these benches. Oh, nice and easy. It's one of those things where my job, I'm dependent upon, and it's like I'm in a position where my, oh hello, camping is just something else, huh? It's almost like you're living in some lawless wilderness. I mean, it can be unless you're glamping. Take this morning, for example. I thought I'd make us pots of delicious porridge to eat after mushroom picking in the woods. Bad idea. I would not survive a minute in nature. As I was saying, my role at work, I'm an administrator. And my user accounts have access to things that the normal operators don't have. So if something goes wrong or something needs to be done, I literally have to be the one to do it. And we've did some big projects over the last few months that absolutely needed me to do it. So we finally got caught up a bit on our projects. I'm not needed so much right now. So looking possibly around the end of November to take some time off. And if anything, even if I have a staycation, that means probably more YouTube series then. Works out for everybody. And at that point, I'm not sure I should be deep within the NASCAR career. So that will definitely be recorded. But I'm not sure about Europa Universalis. And then I'm not sure, because this game kind of came out of nowhere on my radar. I'm sure there were a ton of people looking forward to this one. But I completely forgot about PowerWash Simulator. So when I saw it was available, I said, you know what? I need to chill. I need to relax. And by golly, we're doing it. All right, how are we going to tackle this circle? I mean, technically we should do the fire pit first. Oh, we hit it up from one side. Is the water high pressure enough to wrap around? Physics? Definitely not, but I'm not going to argue. Gotta get that chain and the kettle. Hey, the kettle was silver or chrome. How about that? Who would have thought? I would have thought it'd be a red kettle. How can we get from downtown? Nice. Makes you think. We're going to have to get in this. This reminds me of ore harvesting in No Man's Sky, just cutting a big old hole in the ground, and then you have to get it from all angles in order to get all the ore out. Yeah, let's get this lantern. Go from all sides, all angles. And then you can tell from our overspray, we're working inside the pit. And I imagine that would be a grody, soupy mess getting in here with nowhere for the water to go. And you're just hosing out a fire pit. I suppose it'd be like hosing out a fireplace, but at least the fireplace has a mouth that soot can escape from. This fire pit has no such things. Turn into a swimming pool. The opposite of a fire pit. All right, got the center. Are we going to need to get cheeky and get under here? Probably wouldn't hurt to take a lap around, squatting on down. This is going to look crazy in the replay, but I think the insides are all set. And the brick, da-da-na-na, house, da-da-na. Yeah, it's a good feeling that as we are moving naturally, things are pinging off as being done. It means we did a good job. On our way. Nice and meticulous, didn't miss a thing. Call Steven Tyler. Right. Now we work on the inner ring here. Can we widen our stance? Get 2 rings to the price of 1. We had a coupon. Move the bench. Yeah, it's a little questionable. We might have to come back and do the groove around the outside. We'll just shoot on through since the grill wants to be inconvenient. All right, cool. All right, so we can continue co-eccentric circles, or we can try to do sections here. Let's sort of, cordon this off. We'll draw a straight line, we'll work on the straight line and everything behind it. We make a zone, a cal zone, or a wash zone. Yeah, and I think our zone can come up to, say, here. Here's the line. Step across it. And then once we get that line... Yep, I do believe that this nozzle was a good purchase. I like it. All right, we'll make this the line. Do. Yeah, I swear, if I ever came across anything as dirty as this in the natural world, I don't know if I'd have the motivation to clean. Maybe, some money would sweeten the deal. And especially if I had a power washer that could cut through the grime like this, I wouldn't mind. But it is looking very nice. I bet the developers had a lot of fun coming up with the environments. We'll draw the line here. This is where we draw the line. None shall pass. But when we got back from our walk, all our porridge had been eaten, even though hubby likes his stone cold, and I like mine boiling hot. To be fair, our kids' porridge was there for the taking, as they like theirs somewhere in the middle. I don't know, I barely believe you. Cool. The nerd in me would wonder, and they may actually already have this, I haven't done much research, but say like a fantasy DLC, where like you do a medieval tavern and maybe like a goblin cave or something of that nature, a castle, wizard's tower. All right, so I believe that completes our fire pit sitting area. So all that's left is going to be up there. And let's start at the top. Let's grab our retractable ladder. All right. Work on said chimney. Let all that run down to the fireplace. And here we were just talking about the fireplace. Oh, that is... Oh, of course. That's mossy. Like, that's a little bit more than grimy. That's mossy. Whoa, jeez. Not safe. Oh, and we can't put... Okay. Yeah, my safety guy at work would have my head if he seen me working such as this. No fall protection. No rails. Gotta be kidding me. I didn't fill out a job safety assessment. But this is PowerWash. We do what we want. Yeah, let's see if we can widen our... Oops. No. Let's get our adjustable nozzle back. We do what we want. Alright, we'll get as much as we can on the chimney before we work on the roof. It's a bit awkward. At a funny angle indeed. Alright, there we go. Let's narrow up our beam since we don't need a big area anywho. Alright, so that's chimney done. And the fleshing. Nice and powerful. That should cut all of that moss like it's going out of style. Alright, how does one... We might need to hit this from the ground at the extension. We're hanging on though. Alright, let's give her a try. Pop the super extension on. Can we get it? It is working. The chimney fleshing is coming down just a skosh. Oh, that, ew, no, ew. I don't like it, I don't like it either. I should have let go of the trigger. Alright, cool. Now we can do things proper. Let's take off our extension and give her the rotate. Work on the center block. On the wood plastic. Make her a little bit bigger. Can we go big? Alright, so we'll go a little bit wide. There we go. Nice and easy. Real respectable like. Well, we missed some. Because of that moss. Tell you what. That moss is creeping up. So we run down the middle and then we run down the sides. That should take care of this beam. Gotcha. Alright, so which side do we want to work on? Let's try this side first. Down you go. Alright, cool. And I think we can widen up our stance. Yeah, just a bit. Except for the moss. Randy out here messing things up. All right. And we'll kind of do this like a farm. Work on the headlands and then go up and down the rows. Legitimate strategy. Yeah, and we're going to be slipping off here soon. So let's get as much as we can from as high up as we can before we get our extension. All right. There we go. Very nice. This is why we buy these things. And I believe this job... Can we go wider? Okay, so this is as wide as you go with the extension. So I believe the thing might have paid for itself. You grimy? Ah! Might have paid for itself. We definitely don't want to go over anything twice. So there's no, like, soaping it up, rinsing it off, seeing where the grimy dirt is, and coming back. Nah. We're going to go right down. Roof is done. Well, that half of the roof is done. Then we're going to have a cheeky lip right on this side. Low crawl! Get right along the bottom there. I like it. I said we wouldn't do things twice, but we ended up having to do things twice. Nice and low. When you get into the groove, that's when the game kicks off. You find yourself a nice width and a nice position. Nothing gets in your way. You don't have to crawl over the river and through the woods to get your right position done. All right, baseboard done. We won't work on the outside until the rest of the roof is complete. And we'll have to remove our ladder. Just for shiggles. No, come on. Oh, I guess we gotta place it somewhere. Place! Let go of the ladder! If you please! This is our life now. Carrying a ladder. Alright, let me save and come back. Hopefully a reload will solve this. Alright, we went home. We're not carrying a ladder anymore. Start washing and get back to that campsite, please. Yeah, I am so glad that we... Yeah, and that's what I was looking at. We got our ladder. All right, so let's get our variable nozzle on. And hopefully we don't have to climb back up there, because I am not in the mood to do that. Tell you something else what's weird about camping. Out here, everything has legs, even the logs. Yeah, it's a good thing that we bought this extension. We could hit right in the groove without worrying about that ladder. Although part of me is dreading behind the chimney. Hopefully we got that well enough. Can we use this step ladder? Whoa! Freaking Michael Jordan over here. So we can get that. If anything, we'll grab the manual step ladder instead of the placeable ladder. So we can jump up here. There we go. And not have to worry about getting stuck in ladder purgatory. Alright, so I think this side of the roof is complete. We can get the rest from the ground. Oh, that's really stuck on. There we go. Very nice. Yep, this is what it's all about. Ooh, changing on the fly. I like it. So, this series doesn't have to be all about me. If you have any questions that you want me to answer while we power wash some things going forward, it could be almost like a podcast type thing. Feel free to leave comments below asking me what topics to talk about, or if you have a topic in mind you want me to discuss. If I'm up for it, I will. No promises, though. Because if there's a topic that I don't know anything about, or, you know, don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to. I figured it's something we could do to just pass the time here. Because I'm sure the jobs are going to get bigger. I could see something like, could you imagine like a 747 or something of that nature cleaning a jumbo jet? I think there was like a complete fire station in the last power wash. You had to clean the training tower as well as the helicopter. That kind of stuff we're going to run into. So we're definitely going to need some talking points unless something crazy happens like that I just have to talk about. Cool. All right, so I think, okay, so that's the back side and the two sides. Now, the front. So we got the keystone there. And the 45-degree angles are a little bit difficult, that is for sure. Get right in that corner. Hello, lantern. At least, yeah, there we go. I was going to say this awning is going to be difficult for sure. Yeah, let's just run it down, do the arch before we do the wall. No, not the chair. You're peeing on the wheels of progress here. There we go. All right, so the arch is done. Now we can do said front fascia. You can hear the change when you hit glass. We'll see if the windows are grody enough to need soap. We actually haven't needed soap, and you think with all nature and tree sap and all the stickiness that appears in nature, we would need some soap. Excuse me, chair. You're in my way. See me? I would have moved that chair off the deck so that I had a straight shot to the wall. Can we move said chair? Nope. She's just grody. But we're good. If I remember right, PowerWash 1 had like some good collaborations as far as their DLC goes. I hope they get a lot of good collabs. It's a good game. A lot of companies would love to have their name attached to PowerWash Simulator. Though I could see people say that we don't want corporate. Don't release a McDonald's cleaning DLC, whatever you do. So I think we are okay to remove the extension these days. Yeah, that'll get the grodiness off the side. All right. So if my calculations are correct, this should be the main building at large complete. Once we get in the little nooks and crannies with an English breakfast. How do we get to Tom? All right. Got that. And I believe those are good. The little sticky outy bits. They'll mess you up. All right, let's do the deck. Raise your lantern to the sky and let's illuminate this night. All right, under the chair. Yeah, we can get this deck part right down to the foundation. Yeah, didn't even see that. Imagine what you would uncover with years and years of filth. Like, oh, I didn't even know we had that. And what is this? Oh, it's Fido's dog bowl. So we'll go ahead and clean that up. Nice clean bowl, nice clean water. Please wipe your paws. Definitely a dog family. Let's widen this thing up. Because I don't think... Yeah, this dirt on the deck is not that stuck on. Alright, cool. So that is the building done. So all that's left now is the yard. And it kind of looks like it's meant to be there. Kind of like you have a garden. But it is not. Yeah, let's work the wood line. Yeah, we can narrow the beam up a bit. Don't cross the streams. Right along the back side. Ladder, move. I need you to move. Thank you. Thank you for not attaching yourself to me forever. All right, cool. So that is the border done. Now the walkway. And yeah, this may be the most tedious. We can find us a good groove. Up and down. Right on the left. Good deal. Oh, how'd I miss that? Shadows. Shadows will throw you off. That's what I blame it on. Blame it on the shadows. Yeah, luckily this isn't too stuck on. Alright, little triangle, and this should be complete. And then our laundry list is going to say, oh no, you got 17 things. Oh, duck chair. Yeah, we saw in the last episode the furniture cleaning aspect. Get these cushions, the underside. Sure no one has sat in this chair for years, and if they do, or if they have, I feel sorry for you. Because what in the gravy are you doing with your life? The back. Yeah, so there's chair and chair cushion. There's chair and chair cushion done. Oh, windows. All right, let's get to work. Yeah, I figured the windows might be a tad grody. So we'll just hit these up. That should be fine. And now I think the back side had a window as well. Yeah, cabin window, the hanging lantern mount, and the shed window. So, oh, that one's done. All right, shed door windows. So I'm not sure which. There it is. Hanging lantern mount, probably there. Nice. Is this spruce spring clean? Your friend Harper says you'd be up for helping me out. My house is nothing short of a national disgrace. Yes, it looks like it. Indeed. All right, so we will finish the job. There we go, cleaning our walk paths. Got the firewood storage. Work by section, got the roof. Couldn't put the ladder down. There we go. I just heard that we've got our deposit back, and after watching that amazing vid, I'm not surprised. Incredible, incredible job. Thank goodness for you and that amazing portable PowerWash of yours. Hopefully the bear, or whatever it is, didn't wake up and bother you. We left it sleeping in the lodge, and we didn't know whether to mention it or not. That would have been nice to know. But I'm sure a bear under pressure might go away? I'm not sure. All right, so we have the public facility free play, the Art Deco house, removals van free play. So next up looks to be an Art Deco house that we can attend to. I don't believe, see, change washer styles, change outfit styles. Our mask, overalls, gloves, boots, van cosmetics, okay. Our skins. And then as far as furniture goes, it looks like we have, ooh, a whimsical lamp for 50 bucks. But that is not our goal. Our goal is to improve our equipment, because that's where we make our money. So washer equipment. We don't have the Swirl Force Surf Ace, but we could next time, if we get this, plus we get the Swirl Force 20-inch head attachment, that would be really cool, because if this house has like long walkways and whatnot, the 20-inch pizza pan will be awesome. And is that the only one with the pizza pan? It is. So I think for now, yeah, we'll buy the Swirl Force Ace, and we'll go ahead and buy, I don't think we'll need to buy anything between now and then. Let's get the 20-inch head. All right, so there we go. We have our Surface Ace with the 20-inch head. So when it comes to sidewalks and whatnot, we can get a nice 20-inch wide set. And then we have our variable head here on our urban. Yeah, I think we're set up nice to tackle that Art Deco house next time, everyone. Does our doorbell ring? Nope. Do we have any mail? Nope. Awesome. But that will do it for me in this episode of PowerWash Simulator, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next PowerWash Simulator video. Take care.